This thing can sell for 120,000 renminbi. I heard the price has dropped to 80,000 now, right? In this teardown episode, we have a treat, an Aprilia RS660 engine. The failure rate on this machine isn't exactly low. The main issue is noise coming from the cam chain tensioner. 6,000 kilometers is usually a critical threshold. For some, the issues start around 10,000 kilometers. Let's check the clutch. I can already see the FCC logo. Let's check the wear and tear. The clutch hub has almost no wear, it can be used normally. Now, let's look at the clutch plates. These are paper-based plates, standard for high-displacement engines. Let's confirm the clutch hub. It is indeed made by FCC. Whether it's from FCC Taiwan or FCC Jinan, that's unclear for now. Check the bearings. The bearings are imported Japanese TPI bearings. Why did I say earlier that 6,000 or 10,000 kilometers is a critical threshold? Because I specialize in engines. Many owners come to ask me, why does the tensioner start making noise at this mileage? Look at the cylinder head cover, it was originally designed with a labyrinth zone for oil-gas separation. Look at these baffles. It was originally intended to be done here. But for some unknown reason, they moved it to the clutch side. Right where I'm pointing. So the engine breather hole was relocated here. Relocated. Be careful if the bike tips over on the clutch side. If it falls on the right side, gasoline might leak into the breather tube. Now, let's check the timing. The timing is correct, but the owner reported heavy vibrations. He asked me to check it out. Since it's not the timing, let's keep stripping it down. The camshaft caps show no wear. They are still good to go. Let's look at the camshaft. The camshaft is forged. Let me show you how to distinguish forged from cast. Look at this area here. It's quite wide, isn't it? This kind of wide parting line indicates a forged camshaft. This is due to the molding process. You can judge crankshafts the same way. Now look at a cast camshaft. See? This area only has a thin line. Did you all catch that? Never mind how the mold looks. Just use my method. I don't have a cast crankshaft on hand right now. Alright, let's check the valve tappets. The tops are treated with DLC, diamond-like carbon. Let's check the size of the tappets. On the Aprilia, the intake tappets are large and the exhaust ones are small. Usually, on other bikes, they are the same size. This has me stumped. Can anyone explain this to me? Why use large intake tappets and small exhaust tappets? What's the difference? If you say using small ones reduces friction and reduces inertia. Oh, let me show you. The gears on the camshaft. The Aprilia uses gears from Chongqing Qiutian. There seems to be an issue with this intake tappet. It took me a while to get it out. Look at this. Would you call this abnormal wear? It should be black all over, but look at it now. If the resistance is too high, at worst, it will hit the valves. At best, it affects compression. This needs to be replaced. I also need to check the area inside the head, where it contacts the tappet. Inspect the surface for issues. This is a major suspect for the engine vibration. If compression differs between cylinders, it causes an imbalance in the twin-cylinder operation. Remove the head and check the hydraulic tensioner. Aprilia's hydraulic tensioners have a high failure rate. The symptom is a weird noise. That sound is very annoying. Specifically, it sounds terrible when cold, but gets better once the engine warms up. It's all caused by this tensioner. Let's look at the combustion in both cylinders. Notice the color. It's clearly an imbalance between the two cylinders. That's causing the vibration. Is it caused by that valve tappet? I can't be certain yet, because I also need to rule out fuel supply and ignition. If those aren't normal, the spark plug colors would also differ. Look, the timing chain is from Borg-Warner. I used to say European. Bikes love using high-end components. I thought the Aprilia RS660 was the same, but wait. It's still a cast iron cylinder. Aprilia, look at yourself. Other European bikes at this level, aren't they supposed to have ceramic cylinders? Look at KTM, look at BMW. Their twins all use ceramic cylinders. Even Benelli, which you look down on, their 752 also has ceramic cylinders. And yet this sells for $120,000 for a twin cylinder? I can't quite accept that. Look at the starter clutch gear. This sleeve has abnormal wear. This must be replaced. This 660 engine is quite bulky. The first time I saw it, I thought it was a V engine. Look at the size of the gearbox. At least it's removable. But I don't know if parts are easy to find. Engine parts for this thing are hard to come by. So I really don't get it. Owners of the 660, what do you see in it? It's fine until it breaks. Then parts are expensive and hard to find. I once ordered bearing shells for another superbike. I ordered 100. As it turned out, most were used on Aprilia 660s. It's just unintentional. I found out these shells fit the 660. That means spun bearings are common on this model. Maybe the parts shops should lower their prices, just because parts are so hard to get. Let's check the bearing shells, they're still usable. They look like copper-based shells. These shells are the same as the ones on the Austrian KTM 790. They are all IMI. Some say they are MAL. Now check. The timing marks on the balancer shaft and crankshaft are correct. Since it has broken before, I have to double check. Look, a piece is missing from the balancer shaft here. Looks like the previous failure was quite severe. Now the weights of the two counterweights will be different. The vibration will increase slightly. I recommend replacing this balancer shaft. This balancer shaft is also forged. The hardness of these parts is quite good. So why did you cheap out on the cylinder? Remove the connecting rods and check the shells. Definitely copper-based as well. Also from IMI. Someone help me look this up. Are these actually MAL bearing shells? I've seen MAL pistons, but the tension on these shells is a bit weak. I recommend replacing these shells too. I'll replace them with Japanese dado shells. See, it goes in with just a light press. It comes out just as easily. If you've watched this far, give us a like, my friends. Let's pull the crankshaft. Check for any wear. The crankshaft looks normal. I'll gauge it in a bit. Oh, right. This engine has a 270-degree crankshaft. Let's check the pistons. The pistons are nice, they are forged. This piston shows no wear. Let's check the other one. This piston also has normal usage marks, it's fine. Now let's gauge the crankshaft. The center shell has some chamfering. The runout is only 0.02 millimeters. The crankshaft is in perfect condition. The balancer shaft is not so optimistic. The runout on the balancer shaft is 0.70 millimeters. Anything over 0.30 millimeters is bad. This balancer shaft must be replaced. I'll likely have to buy a salvaged part, new ones are hard to find. Look at the cylinder. There are 2 or 3 deep score marks on this side. This side of the cylinder is okay. It can still be used. I just showed you how to identify the camshaft. Now look at this crankshaft. Did you learn it instantly? Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.